Hey guys, it's Jan. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing my April favorites and I am so excited about this because I haven't done a favorites video in like forever. So I want to start with some masks that I've been using lately that I order from Amazon, except for one, and I usually order two at a time. So this one's from Misha. It's the Super Aqua mask, and this is the Cell Renew Snail Hydro Gel mask, and it sounds gross, but it really works really nice. And this other one here is from Handskin, and it's one of these that, you know, have those cutouts for the eyes and the mouth, and this one is the Hydro Sheet Mask from Handskin. And I love these masks, and I make a point of, you know, trying to find some time during the day to be able to do a mask, usually at night, either with a glass of wine or a cup of tea, but I definitely carve out some time for myself because I just feel that it's just really nurturing for the face and the body, and you know, kind of like the soul. It just really slows you down and makes you relax. And this one is from Prosana, which I love Prosana, and I go to their website and I get their masks there as well. So I have been really loving face masks. And I usually do a face mask, but these are the ones where you either mix the powder into water and apply it that way, or my particular favorites are the ones with the cutouts, and you know, you just sit there and you look like a creature from a horror movie, but they're really good. Alright, so let me just dive right in. One eyeshadow I've been loving, and it's been Fashion Fix by MAC. It is a beautiful brown grayish taupe, and I love using this all over the lid for an all-over smoky eye. If someone said to me, pick an eye color that's really appropriate for a daytime smoky eye, I would say it's this one. And it is just absolutely gorgeous, so I love that. I don't know if it's part of the permanent collection, so you would have to see, but it's just a wonderful color. So that's Fashion Fix by MAC. Another thing that has been a favorite for me for April and kind of March as well was the Naked Urban Decay Basics, and I love this. It's just got an array of colors that you can make a lot of looks out of, and I don't need to really go into this that much. I mean, everyone's familiar with these colors. I just really find them perfect for the neutral eye, and if you want to intensify it a little bit more, you have the black in there to do that with, and it's just a great palette for those who are not familiar with the Urban Decay palettes to familiarize yourself with. It's a great price point of only $27, so totally an excellent buy. Another thing that has been a favorite of mine, which I have to mention, is Benefit's Dandelion, which, you know, is a great way to add a flush to your cheek. Now, I've had some people message me and say they didn't know how to use it. The way I use it is I let it overlap my blush a little bit to give me a little bit more of a gradient kind of effect to my cheek color, which, of course, you know, makeup is not to apply color to the face and have it look like color to the face. It's supposed to enhance and also recede any kind of flaws you have. So when you apply a blush, it really should look like a flush, not like a blush. So this really helps even out and tone down a blush color, and I just like to bring it into the sides of my nose a little bit to give me a real kind of flush look. And the blush I have on today is a vibrant one from Bobbi Brown called Pale Pink, and you guys know what that looks like. So it really kind of just really softened my blush a little bit. Another skin product I've been loving has been MAC's Soft and Gentle, which is just a beautiful, aptly named highlighter. It's just great. I use it on my eyelids, I use it on my brow bone, I use it above my brow bone, I have used it down my nose, of course, on the tops of cheeks, but other places I like to use it too are along my jawline, because I think this is such a sexy part of a woman's face to highlight. The Cupid's bow, I've used it on my collarbone. I think it's just a great color, so, well, highlighter rather, but it's just wonderful. Another one that I've used, and I just recently bought it, and I had to include it because I love it that much, and surprisingly, it's a Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer in the color Reserve Your Cabana. And I recently watched Vanessa the Bombshell Sweet do a tutorial, and I believe she used it, which made me go out and want to get it because I can't see this being a bronzer at all. It's really more for a highlight, I think, and that's how I've used it. And I like to use this, again, the same places you would normally highlight, but I like to clean up my the under end or the underside of my blush, if you will, and just kind of blend it out. So it adds a nice little bit of a sheen to the cheeks or the lower part of the cheeks. It's a great blending powder. This might be my ambient dim, you know. funny because the dim didn't really work for me. I didn't really appreciate it, and here I am finding a $5 product that I find more comparable for me and my uses. So I really did like this a lot. So I had to include that in my favorites. Another one of my favorites is Chanel Tan de Soleil. I've been using this as my contour. I used it actually starting probably in February. It's just a shame a lot of people designate this for a spring and summer product. I use it as a contour. Everyone's familiar with it. I think it's probably more widely available now, and it's just a wonderful bronzing base. Although I don't use it as a full-on bronzer for my face, I use it just more as a contour. I find using it as a full-on bronzer is fine. It's perfect. It tends to be a little bit more orange, so I would need my foundation underneath it to be something that is comparable to this if I were to use it as a bronzing base, because it can be a little bit more orange, but I love it as a contour. Okay, two perfumes. One is a celebrity fragrance, and it's a little sample of it, and I think I got this from a VIB order online in the last few weeks. It's a sample of Nicole Simpson, I believe, and you know, I think it's Nicole Simpson, I forget, but she's the one who's friends with Paris Hilton. Nicole Simpson, right? I can't remember her last name. But anyway, this fragrance is great, and I've liked celebrity fragrances. I don't often buy them. I love Jessica Simpson's Fancy Love, and I actually have an empty bottle for a video I want to show you guys on some recent empties, but this fragrance is beautiful. I actually am wearing it now. I didn't start off with it in a day, but I put it on when I saw it on my makeup table, and I love it, and it's long lasting, and it's spicy and sweet like I like my fragrances. And speaking of spicy and sweet, this one's much more expensive. It's my Balenciaga Paris, and you can see how much I've used since I had last shown it. It's in my bag all the time. This is spicy and sweet. It definitely has a little bit of a masculine note to it, so it might be kind of like a leather kind of smell, which they like to throw in as a note in perfumes. But it's definitely not a unisex perfume, so men, you know, can't use this just because it has that scent in it. But it kind of grounds it a little bit more, so it's not overly floral, it's not overly sweet, it's not overly spicy. But I think it's just a really great fragrance, and I'm obviously totally bad at describing fragrances, but I would suggest go to Sephora and check out Balenciaga Paris. A lot of people don't like it. They think it smells very matronly. To me, it smells very expensive, and that's how I described it the first time, and I love it. So I've been using that a lot, but like I said, just recently discovered the Nicole sitting around in my little sample box of fragrances, and I completely love it. Okay, so two eye brushes. I have been using the Sigma E40 as a great blending brush for my transition color, and the 222 by MAC, and I love them both. This is more of a crease contour color. You can see the difference in the brush heads, but I have been loving them both. I'm going through this kind of quickly, I know, because I have a lot here. The Guerlain Maxi Lash. I got this from Sephora recently, a couple weeks ago, and it is fantastic. So I was going to show this in a haul, but I've been using it, so I had to include it in my favorites. Guerlain packaging is fantastic, of course, and I tend to buy Guerlain during these VIB events because you get a little bit more off as opposed to paying full retail. The brush is nice and kind of big, packs on a lot of mascara, and really does a great job of really adding volume, and I just love it. So I had to include it, and I'm not normally one to rave about high-end mascaras. I find quite often there are a lot of hype, except for Benefits They're Real. I think that's really good, but this one I have to say had to be in my favorites because I've been loving it. Okay, two nail polishes. Essie's Enough is Enough, which is a beautiful pinky coral shade. I love Essie nail polishes. Oh, it might be coming up a little bit orange, but it's a beautiful pinky coral shade. Really pretty. And then Essie's Ladylike, which is a beautiful mauvey creamy pink, and I have been really enjoying that a lot. And now a bunch of lip products. So I'm going to start with the Milani lip liners that everyone's been loving. Lisa D1 has been mentioning these. Nude and Spice. I'm wearing Nude today with the Milani lipstick, and I really love these. They're very creamy, really great value for the money. So they're only like $4 or $5. So I've been using those. The lipstick I have on today is Milani's Fruit Punch, which is number 11, which is just... oh my god, it's such a beautiful spring color. I feel like I need a little bit more. And I love it. It's just so, so pretty. Oh, I love the packaging too. And the other one I got is number 26 Nude Cream. Beautiful nude. Just really, really pretty. And I've been loving them, and they smell like watermelon jelly ranchers, which is even better. A couple of months ago, I mentioned a lip combo that the MM&L girls were the ones who brought it to the forefront. This may not have been the lip liner. I think it was Beat that they mentioned, and they might have mentioned both these products separately. I don't even know if they mentioned them together, but I learned of both of them from them. This is Bobbi Brown's True Pink. I have to buy this again. Every time I go to my Bobbi Brown counter, they completely sold out, and I was going back and forth the other day with Lisa D1 about this. This and Pale Peach is a beautiful color too. She mentioned she had gotten that. And these are just beautiful creamy colors. I will swatch this because I think you really need to see. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's a total must-have for me. I totally love that. And I've been pairing it with More to Love by MAC, which is this beautiful color lip liner. And it's more of a pinky, but of course, you know, your lips should never look like this and that. You just really have to super blend. It takes on a different hue as it hits the corners of your lip, this lip liner with this lipstick, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Another favorite of mine has been a Maybelline Vivid, and this is Pink Pop number 860. Gorgeous color. Gorgeous color. I mean, it is just wonderful. And it's kind of like the Reserve Cabana by Wet n Wild. Every time you go there, you find it sold out, so you know it's good. And this is stunning. It is so, so beautiful. These Vivids are really great. I have like maybe 3 or 4 of them, but this is my favorite one. So this is Pink Pop. And then a Chanel color, number 32, La Ravissante, which is gorgeous. And it's like a pinky coral, and I have been loving this too. This one I know is going to come up more as a coral, but I don't really think it is. I think it's got a healthy undertone of pink to it, depending on how the light hits it. But there it's looking more coral. But it's just gorgeous, so I would check that out. And I think that's it with the exception of, oh no, one more thing. Oh my gosh, how could I forget this? This is Holy Grail for me. This is my Touché Éclat, and I have this in number 2, and I have it in number 1, and they're both in my bag at any time because I have 2 different makeup bags, and either one is in either bag. And this was in my bag today, and I use it. I like to use this more towards the end of the day when I feel like my dark circles are coming through and I just, you know, need a little pick-me-up. If I should continue to be out with the kids, if I'm home, then I don't care about it. But Touché Éclat, I can't live without this. Just absolutely love it. And now some books that I have been acquiring from Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It's all about one topic. It's a topic that I love, a whole very dear to my heart. It's about Paris, and it's about Paris fashion, Paris street style, kind of how I like to emulate my look. And I have some books that I want to show you guys. This is the latest one I just finished reading. This is Paris Street Style, A Guide to Effortless Chic, which I picked up at Barnes & Noble. And I'll put the information below, but these are just all touching on the same thing of how to create that kind of effortless kind of chic. Trust me, in America, we're far more done up than they are in Paris. I've been there. They have it down so beautifully and so wonderfully that when I go to Paris, I don't wear earrings like this unless I'm going out to dinner with my husband. But it's really all about how you tie a scarf and jeans and t-shirts and a great blazer, which you know is all me. So I had to include these. Plus I have a healthy amount of French in me from my dad, so my dad is uber proud right now. Parisian Chic, A Style Guide by Inès de la Frisson, which is Karl Lagerfeld's muse, and this was probably my favorite book. Love it. And it touches on 8 or 10 staples that everyone should have in their wardrobe, which is a good jean, a good bag, a good leather jacket, a good white shirt, a good black tank top, you know, things like that. Another one here is Lessons from Madame Chic, 20 Stylish Secrets While I Learned Living in Paris. Love this book. It's really cute. And then this last one is All You Need to Be Impossibly French, a witty investigation into the lives, lusts, and little secrets of French women. And all of these can be found on Amazon or probably in Barnes & Noble, and that's just a little bit more insight as to what I'm about and where I find my inspiration, usually because my style icons tend to be more like Corinne Royfeld or Emmanuel Alt, of course. So that's just something I wanted to show you guys, because that's where I just really gravitate to in terms of a good read, and I like just completely get absorbed into those types of books and websites, and that's where I get things from, French websites, because I think it's part of me anyway, and we go to Paris every year anyway, so it's just a big part of my life. So I wanted to show you what I was reading. So that is it for my April favorites, guys. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope everyone has a great start to their weekend. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.